Well, good morning. The sun may be shining, but it is very cold outside. And if you think it's cold here in western Pennsylvania and the tri-state, hazardous weather outlook for portions of Lake Erie and St. Clair and eastern Michigan. Today and tonight, extremely cold wind chills dropping to -5 to -14. Extremely wind chills return tomorrow, -5 to -14. It's an Arctic air mass that just came in, according to Trent Fry, who's a meteorologist at the National Weather Service. And he is out of White Lake Township. Frostbite, by the way, can occur within 30 minutes at such low temperatures. So we're in the midst of some real winter weather as we are in the final week of 2017. Meanwhile, some of your headlines. We begin with CNN. A mother and her two children, one just 10 months old, were killed on Christmas in a domestic violence shooting incident at a Phoenix apartment complex. The suspect, who engaged police in a 6-hour standoff before opening fire on officers, was taken into custody without injury, according to Sergeant Jonathan Howard, a spokesperson for the Phoenix Police Department. Returning an unwanted holiday presents. There's a good chance it could end up in a landfill. Also from CNN, how about this? 5 billion pounds of returned items end up in a trash heap. This according to Oak Toro, which is a tech company that helps major retailers manage their returns. Each year, consumers return about 380 billion with a B dollars worth of goods, 90 billion of which is processed during the holidays. Only half of the returns make it back to the shelves. And from the Associated Press from Moscow, the Kremlin hinted today at possible legal repercussions for Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny over his calls for a boycott of the March presidential election. President Vladimir Putin's spokesman Dmitry Peskov wouldn't comment on the election to bar Navalny from running, but said the calls for the boycott ought to be carefully studied to see if they are breaking the law. Also from the AP, it's getting colder and colder. The clock is ticking, and regional authorities are scrambling to meet President Emmanuel Macron's deadline to get migrants off the streets of France and out of their forest hideouts by the end of the year. That likely won't happen, as Macron's government is now tightening the screws, ramping up expulsions, raising pressure on economic migrants, and allowing ID checks in emergency shelters. In sports, Ben Roethlisberger, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns. Steelers get a first-round bye in the playoffs and are still on the hunt for home field advantage during the postseason following yesterday's 34-6 win at Houston. The 12-3 Steelers wrap up the season Sunday at Heinz Field at 1 when they host the Browns. Eagles clinched a number 1 seed with a 19-10 win over Oakland last night. Nick Foles threw for 163 yards and a touchdown. The Pens are back on home ice tonight at 7 to take on conference rival Columbus. Have a great day, everybody, from your Pratte Pack. Good afternoon.